Two men in Florida have been arrested and accused of stealing $100 million from trust funds for people with disabilities. Now, most of these people are children. Think about that for a second. Leo G. Govoni and his partner John Weitek are the ones being accused of this. This is going to federal court. Then again, though, with these federal courts, even if he's guilty, even if both these men are guilty, it's not a guarantee that these idiot judges will actually convict them. Somehow money changes hands at this level. But they were able to get Bernie Madoff, so got a news clip here for you on this. The Center for Special Needs Trust Administration is a St. Petersburg nonprofit that he founded in 2000, went bankrupt in April 2024. Had $100 million and it went bankrupt. Uh-huh. Right. It oversaw the trust funds of disabled clients, many of whom counted on that money to be there for medical and living expenses for the rest of their lives. So let's let you hear the clip. And also, if you like hearing these stories, well, you can't like hearing this kind of story, no matter what you do. But hit like, subscribe. I cover this kind of stuff that others ignore. So let's let you hear this clip. Howdy, y'all. This is Paul, the Redneck Thinker. What we have here is a channel to communicate. I want you folks to be thinking by the time you leave my videos. Why? Because I'm tired of people talking via what other people tell them to think. So, watch my video and enjoy the chance to think for yourself.
A Tampa Bay businessman is under arrest, accused of stealing more than $100 million from people with disabilities. Federal prosecutors say Leo Giovanni embezzled funds meant to help people with special needs. His first appearance wrapped up just minutes ago. And 10 Investigates. Jennifer Titus has been following this story for us. Big question here, Jen. Did Giovanni have anything to say in court today?
Not much today, Frank. He said very little words, only when the judge asked him his questions. His attorney doing most of the talking, reminding her that he's 67 years old, had no other prior convictions, and that these are just accusations, and he's been found guilty of nothing yet. Now, again, Giovanni was taken into custody early this morning. Court documents we obtained say Giovanni founded the Center of Special Needs Trust back in 2000 to manage trust for those with mental and or physical disabilities. It goes on to say the trust clients were some of society's most vulnerable people. Between 2009 and 2024, the Center for Special Needs Trust managed over 2,100 special needs trusts, and they should have had more than $100 million in them. But they didn't, records say, because Giovanni embezzled that money. Instead, the money was the center of a massive fraud scheme.
They thought that their money would be there to help them pay for medical, housing, and transportation expenses for the rest of their lives because of what Govoni had told them. What they didn't know and couldn't know was that Govoni had other plans. He loaned being the word that they used, $100 million of their money over time to a company he controlled, Boston Financial Group. This went on over a period of years. Govoni funneled $100 million or over $100 million, and ultimately he funneled the money to himself.
And back out here live, Govoni's wife and daughter were inside the courtroom this afternoon. They were hoping he would walk out with him on bond. That was not the case. A detention hearing has been set up, and we are expected to hear from those who had some of those trusts with the missing money guys at that detention hearing. I hear that there are victims not only in Florida, but all across the country that no longer have any of that money in their trust. For now, we're live outside the federal courthouse in downtown Tampa. Jennifer Titus, 10 Investigates.
This guy, these two people, if they are guilty, are some sick individuals. They're accused of loaning over $100 million to the Boston Finance Group, which he owned, before the money was eventually funneled back to Govoni Weitek and others, allowing them to fund other businesses. Court records show that since 2009, 1,500 trust funds have been partially or fully drained, and many of the funds belonged to children. As of February 2024, 2,100 special needs trusts were active, containing $200 million in assets, but it went bankrupt. Protecting the most vulnerable members of our society is a priority of the U.S. Attorney's Office, said Kehoe. This is the U.S. Attorney doing this. Now, these people are having to rely on the government. Think about that for a second. Parents made sure that their kids were not going to have to want. These are kids that didn't have the chance to go to college or go out into the workforce, make good careers, make a good life for themselves. No, since they weren't able to do that, their parents made sure that they were going to have a better life. And now they're having to rely completely on the federal government. This is some bull. If these men are guilty, I'm going to say it this way so nobody can sue me, but if they are guilty, there's a special place in hell for people like this. Not to mention, I'd love to see what some of them Florida folks do to them in those prisons down there, because Florida's got special kinds of people, and the ones that end up in prison, well, they some fun folks, I bet. So, yeah, if these guys are found guilty, I hope that they get to be around the special people. Yes, I do. This has been Paul, Redneck Thinker. Y'all have a good day now. Bye. So, folks, that's the story that I wanted to bring you on this video. And I just wanted to say thank you again for coming by. Hit like, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff if you don't mind. Help me out. So, y'all have a good day now. Bye.